1 more minute. Okay, just a few announcements before we start. Number one, Herschel Ganz's yahrzeit is actually Wednesday, the 26th of ER, not the 27th. So keep that in mind. Number two is everybody who's participating in Zoom is going to get updates from Zoom that they have to upgrade to the 5.0 version. Eventually, you're not going to have a choice in doing it, but it has a few more security functions. And in order to keep attending Zooms, you'll have to update it. You won't have a choice. As of May the 30th, I think is the date. So usually you'll get a notice. Do you want to update it? Just click yes, and it automatically will update whatever Zoom version that you're using. I think that's it. Whenever you're ready to start.
They have to be number of people and how close they are.
Okay. Yossi, I'm gonna open up. I'm in front of a unique place, and then afterwards I'll hand it over to you. Okay.
Dylan will stay later, no?
Dylan will be later.
Hey, Yossi, you gotta mute everybody first.
Okay, I'll mute everybody.
And then I'm Shlomi, as soon as I go off, I just have 2 minutes. I'm in front of another address here in Crown Heights.
I will just ask Rabbi Lowy to unmute himself and Akiva and Shlomi to unmute. I just unmuted the Rav.
Okay.
So the Rav is not muted. Akiva, did you unmute yourself?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so take it away.
Hi. Okay, live from New York. It's Friday afternoon. Welcome to another Sounds Like Shabbos. Very special Shabbos, Parshas Chazak. It's my son's Sheva Brachas Shabbos. But of course, we always want to try to find the historical significance and our connections to the Agudah. So I'm right here. I'm in front of 903 Eastern Parkway. You see the address? Yeah, there's 903 Eastern Parkway. Can't see it?
Yeah, we see it.
903 Eastern Parkway. This is the home where Shaya Schachner grew up. I don't know if he's on or not, but I would imagine by now it's probably a shrine or a museum. I'm hoping to go in. Maybe there's an Israeli flag that we can find. Maybe a yearbook from Chaim Berlin's yeshiva. Something that we can use that would matter in the present. He's next door now to Chayvei Torah. This is a different Chayvei Torah that you and I now are familiar with. But we're getting some strange stares from the neighbors. I wonder what he wants to know.
The
Anyway,
grass looks greener on the other side.
What's that?
I said the grass looks greener on the other side.
Of course. But I hope it brings some fond memories to Shaya. It's always important to remember as we're in isolation, count our blessings and what we have and be thankful where we came from. So from Crown Heights, good and Erev Shabbat for everybody. And go ahead.
Mazel tov, Akiva. It should be a nice,
Thank
beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful, 27 degrees here.
27 degrees. Wow.
So we would like to start then with asking Ari Horowitz to be mechaber us with a beautiful chadoidi as we are always used to.
Bnei Shabbos Lecho Adonai Likras Kado Bnei Shabbos Nekabelu Oy 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 Shamoy V'Zoachor B'Dibur Echad Yishmiyonu El HaMeyuchad Adonai Echad Ushma Yechad L'Shem L'Ziferes V'Lisilo. Oy Lecha Noy Dili Kras Bnei Shabbos Nikabelo Likra Shabbos Lechu V'nelecha Ki Mekor HaBerocha Mirash Mikedem Nestucha Soy Maseh B'machshavot Echila Necho Adoi Likras Kavo Bnei Shabbos Nekabelo Oy 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 Mikdash Melech Melucha Kumitzi Mitoy Chaveicha Ravlok Sheves Miyei Mekabo Chavo Yamol Avoyichem Lo Oy Lecha Doidili Kaskala Penei Shabbos Nikabela Lecha Doidi Likras Kala Bnei Shabbos Nikabela Kish Na'arim Me'afar Kumi Lishem Bnei Sevatei Chami Ayad Ben Yishai Beis Alachmi Karel Nafshi Gehala Lecho Adoi Likras Kalo Bnei Shabbos Nekabelo Oy 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 Hisoy Hisoy Kiva Oy Rekumi Oy Uri Uri Shir Daberi Kivad Adonai Ol Hayich Niglo Oy Lecha Doidi Oy Ligas Kala Penei Shabbos Nekabela Lecha Doidi Ligas Kala Penei Shabbos Nikabela
Shkoya.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. It feels just like.
Thank you.
Okay, now we are going to hear from the boys known as Ach Samech. We're going to hear now from the Ach Samech group. It's really Menachem Simon. Mikoila is coming. One second. Okay, you ready? Okay, look good. Shkoyach. Okay, and now we are going to hear from Rav Meir. Rav Meir, are you ready for the laning, for the maftir? Rav Meir, can I ask you to unmute yourself? Where's Rav Meir? Oh,
Okay, I'm here.
okay, and we're going to
myself.
put you up front over here. And we're laying the maftir of Bahaloischa, is that correct?
We're learning Maftir Baloshko.
Bichul Koisai, I mean Bichul Koisai, I'm sorry.
That too. Okay. Okay. V'chol masar bakar v'tzoin kol asher yavor tachas hashovet o asiri yeh kodesh ladoinoi loy yevaker beitoif lorav lo yemirenu v'yimamer yemirenu v'yahu usmuroso yeh kodesh lo yigoel ele hamitzvos Asher tziva Adonai es Moshe Bnei Yisrael behar Sinai.
You will not be standing here. You will not, I know.
Okay, are we doing the Haftarah right now, or we're doing the Mishabera?
Moshe, are you able to unmute yourself? Oh, Moshe's unmuted.
You should do the Haftarah first.
We should do that first? Because
Yeah, usually we
Akiva has it on the
I know, but
okay, so then we will do the Haftarah first.
Okay. Adonai Uzi Uzi Nusi B'yom Tzoroi Lecha Goyim Yavayu Me'avsei Aretz V'yomeru Ach Sheker Nachalu Avoseinu Evel Ben Bam Moil Hayaseh Lo Adam Elohim Ve'ema Lo Elohim Lochein ineni moidiyam bapam azois oidiyem es yodi ves kivurosi v'yadu kishmi adinoi chatas yuda kisuva b'yei parzel b'tzipoiren shomir charusha alu achlibam Karnois Mizbechoisechem Kiskor Bnehem Mizbechoisam Vasherehem Aleitz Ranon Al Gevois Hagevoy Hois Arori Basodeb Chelcho Chol Oitzeroisecho Lovazetein Bamoisecho Bechatos Bechol Gevulecho Beshomat tov uvcha minachlosecha asher nosati loch vavadticha es oivecha baretz asher lo yadata ki eish kidachtem biapi ad oilam tukod Koyomar Adonai Yorura Gever Asher Yiftach Bodam V'som Basar Zerayai Umin Adonai Yosur Liboy V'hoya Karar Parabov Lo Yirek Yoboy Taiv V'shochan Charirim Bamidbar Eretz Melechov Lo Yiseshev
Baruch HaGever Asher Yiftach B'Adonai V'Haya Adonai Miftachoi V'Haya Kietz Shosul Al Mayim V'Al Yuval Yishalach Shorashav V'Lo Yireh Ki Avoi Choim V'Haya Alehu Ra'anon V'Ishnas Batzoyres Lo Yidag V'Lo Yomish Me'asois Peri Okoif Alev Mikael V'Onushu Mi Yedoenu Ani Adinoi Chokerei Boichen Kiloyois Veloseis Lish Kidrachav Kifri Ma'alolov Korek Dogar Veloyolod Oise Oi Sher Veloy V'Mishpat Bachatzi Yomov Yazvenu Uvachrisoy Yet Novo Kisei Chavoid Moroi Meri Shoin Vekoim Mikdoshenu Mikvei Soel Adinoi Kol Ois Vecho Yevoishu Visurai Boretz Ikosevu Ki Ozevu Mekor Mayim Chayim Esadoinoi Refoini Adinoi V'Ei Rafei Hoishi Eini V'Vosheya Kisi Losiato
Hayoim Shisha Shloshim Yoim Shehem Chamisha Shavuos V'Yoim Echad La'omer. Kiddush is sponsored by Mr. and Mrs. Shaya and Rivka Weiss, Lila Nishmas, their father, Yoel Tzvi Ben Avram Pinchas Weiss, Oliver Shalom, as well as by Mr. and Mrs. Jack and Jody Gans and family, Lila Nishmas for Tzvi, Herschel, Ben Moshe Gans, Oliver Shalom. Mincha on Shabbos is at 8:10, followed by Pirkei Avos Perek Hey. Daf Yomi Motzei Shabbos will be 10 o'clock, Danny Finkel, and 10:30, Yossi Simon. Mishe Be'er Huivarech et Morein Harav Shemenisot Ve'ishta V'Skol Mishpachtoi Ba'avur Shemorein Harav Moshe Mordechai Moshe Yitzchak Mispal Ba'ad Kol Chavrei Beis HaMedrash Agudas Yisrael V'Schar Zeh Kodesh Baruch Hu Yishmerei V'Atzileinu V'Kol Tzar V'Tzuk V'Kol Neg Machala Yishamach V'Atzlach Chochamas Yodo V'Kol Yizalach V'Naimar Amen.
Shkoyach.
Amen.
Shkoyach and Moshe. Shkoyach.
Shkoyach.
So I think we're ready for Tehillim.
Shir Amalois Namamakim Kasicha Adonai Adonai Shema B'Koili Yenazach Hashuva Is the Kol Tachanunai Mavoina Is the Shmoya Adonai Miyamoi Kim Chaslicha Aman Tevarei Visa Adonai Kipsa Nafshi V'Dvaroi Yacholti Nafshal Adonai Mishayimrim Laboiker Shayimrim Laboiker Yachel Yisrael Al Adonai Kimad Noach Chesed V'Arbi Moy V'Dos V'Yivdes Yisrael V'Koil Adonai Sa Maskele David V'Yosai V'Maras V'La Koil El Adonai Ezak Koili El Adonai Eschanan Eshbrak Lepanav Sichi Tzerasi Lepanav Agid Yisati V'Lekum Atu Yidat Zvasi Koirach Zualech Tam Lupachli Abed Yomin Urei Ve'eni Makir Avad Monois B'Meni Ein Doiresh L'Nafshi Zakti Alecha Adonai Amad Atam Achsechel Kiver Zachayim Akshim Nasi Gedeloisim Yoid Hatzirei Meroi Defai Ki Hamtzim B'Meni Hatzim Mazgen Nafshel Oides Hashmecha V'Yachtiru Tzadikim Yisigmoi Laloi Acheinu Kol Beis Yisrael Anasun Son Shomim Ben Meyom Mimosha Amokaim Yerachim Aleim Sim Sov Leida Ashogalo Zman Kariv B'nai Mar Amen
Amen.
Moshan Dovshan Bach Ve'Rapayes Chaim Doiv Ben Krein Esan B'Toy Betel Bes Shom Yosef Ben Hendel Bes Yankov Ben Teleya Bes Elazar Ben Liber Ezel Bes Nosen Tzvi Ben Osen Tzvi, Ben Alt Tziro, Ves Cheskel Baruch, Ben Mir, Ben Kol Kol Mismar Olem, Chazak Shvach Imam Nachlameim, Nachlimam, Nachvaisam, Achzim Yoisam Yishach Lem Heiro, which my Mechol Berei Mechol Gedev Zoshko Pus and Prusko, Hajwaz Makariv and Neymar, Amen.
Amen.
All the Chaylim and to all of us, we should be able to get out and go out to Besmedish Rei to Dublin. That's what we're waiting for every day, and we're really waiting for the big base Medish. In this week's parsha is Shabsoisa Tishmairu Mikdoshi Tiro. That the Rebbeinu Shem says two things the Rebbeinu Shem wants from us. As Shabsoisa Tishmairu, keep Shabbos properly. Mikdoshi Tiro, that you should have Meira Mikdosh. So Pashtush is going on shuls. That these are the two things Rebbeinu Shem wants from us. When something happens, these are the two things we have to work on. Our Shabbos is our Shabbos the way it's supposed to be. There's two types of Shabbos. There's 3 madregas. Some people are Shoyim Shabbos. They keep Shabbos, but that's all it is. But they make sure they don't do malacha, but they don't enjoy the Shabbos. The Koire Einek, then there's people who make Shabbos the biggest Einek for them. The highest Madrega, Am Mekache Shavi, those who sanctify the Shabbos. That the Shabbos is not only a day that it's Kedusha, that you learn and you daven, and it's according to the Echster and Yonim, you come to Shabbos. Especially now we're in our homes, and our home is now our mikdash now. Our home is, like we mentioned yesterday, the home was where you daven, you learn. That place becomes the mikdash ma'at now. So what we have to do to make sure when we go into the Shabbos, that the Shabbos should be a Shabbos, a heilige Shabbos. That way we daven, the way we fear the Tish Shabbos, the Zmiris Shabbos, when we speak at the table on Shabbos, and it should be an Einik. We should enjoy the Shabbos, feel the Shabbos Einik. And then he's zeicha to all the brachas. They should all be zeicha. In Torah, we start the parsha with Har Sinai and end b'chakoisei with Har Sinai. That one of the main things a person has to remember, one of the Sheish Zechiras, is to remember Har Sinai, to remember that we received the Torah from Har Sinai, and to remember the Maimer of Har Sinai every day. Matzio Salman Shlita once said that we should ingrain this into children every day, to remember Har Sinai, see the Maimer Har Sinai, to see that the Rebbeinu Shem gave us the Torah from Har Sinai, and that's why it's one of the Sheish Zechiras, to remember. Just imagine if a child imagines their mind Har Sinai every time they learn, and they learn that Moshe is speaking from Har Sinai, and the Rebbeinu Shem is speaking, Moshe Yidabra Kimyanen V'Koil, that the Rebbeinu Shem is speaking from Moshe, and to always remember that Har Sinai, to remember the Ma'amar Har Sinai that changed the whole world. After Ma'amar Har Sinai, the whole world became a different world. Har Sinai changed. Became Alpine Torah, became the world got the Torah, and the whole purpose of Bria was B'shvil Torah, and the Bria waited for that Matan Torah that we were all waiting for. You have Yom Hashishi, Hesnakadosh Baruch Hu, the Rebbeinu Shem made a Tanai. Without Torah, there wouldn't be without Torah, there's no purpose of life, and so the Har Sinai. To remember, it's important always to remember the Matan Torah, to remember Har Sinai, to remember that the Torah was given from Rebbeinu Shem in Hashemayim, one of the Animamins, the whole Torah is from the Rebbeinu Shalom, and that's Moshe. Moshe, this week's Pirkei Avos, it says, "Kol ha'mezakas rabim ein chet bo al yodai." Someone who merits others is ein chet bo al yodai. He won't do any averos. Moshe zocha v'zikas rabim. Moshe was zoicha, and he was mezaka. It's a shenem, like it says, sitz shem also mishpatav im Yisrael. So first he starts off ein chet bo al yodai. Then he says Moshe brings a raya zocha v'zikas rabim, that he was mezaka the rabbim, and like we find in the pasuk that sitz shem also mishpatav im Yisrael, that he. So the chayra, it starts off with ein chet bo al yodai, and then it comes that Schus Rabbim Tolubai, the Schus Rabbim Tolubai. So the Rashi brings down one shot. What's shot? Ein Chet Bal Yodai. But the second you Mezaka Rabbim, you don't do any Averis anymore. You won't. It means so. The Ben Yoin says right away. It means the Rebbeinu will give you Sata D'Shmaya. That you should be able to, if you want to be goyver on the Yetzer Hara, it'll be easier to be goyver the Yetzer Hara. It'll be easier to be goyver the Yetzer Hara if you Mezaka Rabbim. And Rashi brings down why Kedei Shaloi Yeh Talmidov Began Eden V'Hu Yeh Begahanim. That the Talmidim shouldn't say Ein Chet Bal Yodai. The Rebbeinu will make sure. This could be a Zion. The Rebbe is in Gehenim and the Talmidim are in Gan Eden. So Rebbeinu Shalom, because you Mezakah Rabbim, all those Talmidim that you made, everybody that you Mezakah, so the Rebbeinu Shalom makes that Ein Chet Bal Yodai, you shouldn't do any Chet. There's a famous story that Rabbi Yosef Chaim Sonnenfeld, his Rebbe was lifted before him, and then he said, Ich am sicher that I'm going to go to Gan Eden. I'm sure I'm going to go to Gan Eden. Why? Says my Rebbetzin came up to Shemaim, and they asked her, what did you do? I said, whole life I was Mishamash Atam Chochem. My whole life I did everything for my husband. I did everything for him, and so I was a Mishamash Atam Chochem. So you get the schus. So they put her in Gan Eden. Just imagine when I come up to Shemaim, so now I'll come up to Shemaim, and she's in Gan Eden because of me. So because of her, I'll get into Gan Eden. He said. She'll be mezaka me. She'll be mezaka me to go to Gan Eden. Because look, I know who I am, but she thought I'm a Tam Chacham. So she was doing everything because she thought she was Mishamash Tam Chacham. So she was going to get to Gan Eden because she meant it L'Shem Shemayim. She meant never. But because of her, he said Zivat Menarana never in Gan Eden. So Kol Mezaka Sarabim is the Bansham. The Talmidim will take him into Gan Eden. That Bansh will make sure that you could be able to get it in as Maka Rabbim, and that's the Shabbat also. Schus Rabbim, Tolu Boy, the Schus Rabbim, everything everyone does, so it's through him. So if it all came through him, so for sure he'll have to go. Schus Rabbim told everything is with him. Im Yisrael, he's together with Kal Yisrael. So the person who's Mzakir Rabbim, he's Zoicha that everything. In other shot, the Mephoshim say that Kol Ein Chet Bal Yodai means if you have a schus to be Mezakah Sarabim, is a similar Elachiyat. To be Mezakah Sarabim, you have to be an Elachiyat to be Mezakah Sarabim. Ein Chet Bal Yodai. The only way you could be that you Mezakah Sarabim is if you yourself Ein Chet Bal Yodai. Moshe Zocha, he was Zocha, Mameli, he was able to Zikah Sarabim. There was once the Briskerov needed something very special to be done, and he called Matzim Kippur somebody, and he said he doesn't have a time. He said, "No, Lamazen, I had the schus. Lamazen, schus Mezakah Zayin Rabbi, the Daina Simon, as he's a Zoich. If it nishhalim the schus, then it's with the Zen Asifel Ba'ich. That you to be able to be Mezakah Rabbim shows that the Chav Savavas brings a Mari the Gavard. It says you really, by every mitzvah, you put a mezuzah on. You put a mezuzah on, but Bansham gave you a house. Mig the mani v'ashale. You put tzitzis on, and Bansham gave you a beggar. You do meal on your child, the Bansham gave you. It says, but a person who does mitzvahs, and through that mitzvahs, the Bansham, he's Mezakah Sarabim, because that the Bansham gives him mitzvahs. So he was Mezakah that he should get the mitzvahs. He is Zoicha through his ma'asim. He says, the Chazal says that's only mitzvahs that someone is Mezakah Sarabim. That's someone who, a person like that, could be Zoicha, that all his mitzvahs, he is the one who's making the mitzvahs because he was Mezakah Sarabim. The schus of being Mezakah Sarabim is schus Rabim Tolubai. Everything is Tolubai, goes through him. He's Tolubai. So the union of Mezakah Sarabim, to be Mezakah Sarabim, Baruch Hashem, what we do now here, schus of Mezakah Sarabim, unbelievable. But Akiva and Yossi and everyone does all the Magid Yashir and everyone participates today. We have to thank Ari and the Simon boys and the father and Remeir and Moshe, everyone. It's called Mezakah Sarabim. If Mezakah Sarabim, then you're Zoicha, that the schus you get is the Rebbeinu Shalom is Mezakah you to do more mitzvahs. In mitzvah gereres mitzvah, and the Rebbeinu will make sure you do more mitzvahs. If a person, anyone who's Mezakis Rabbin, is sure zeicha to do more mitzvahs. Now, as in this week's parak, we learned when does Mageifa come. So it says, there's 4 times when the Dever is Nisraba. The 4th year of Shemitah, the 7th year of Shemitah, and Moitzah Shemitah, and Moitzah Chag of every Chag. And it says why? Because the 4th year is because of Ma'aser Ani from the 3rd year, and Shemitah Ani, the Ma'aser Ani of the 6th year, and Matzshviz is because of Shviz, Shemitah, and Matzah Chag because Gezel Matnas Anim. So what the Mishnah is teaching us, if you see Dever that comes to the world, is Nisraba Ba'olam, is a simon that people aren't giving tzedakah the way they should. That we're not, there's Gezel Matnas Aniyim, that there's a Gezel of Matnas, it doesn't say Gezel Aniyim, Gezel Matnas Aniyim. The Gezel of giving the Aniyim, so the Mepharshim say, the Banishim gives us money, we're just a gizbar, and we have to give it to them. And it's a time that we have to see, and that Baruch Hashem, it's unbelievable where we had this big, like Baomer, the big Hatzalah, on $15 million, when in the Goyish world they're saying that because of the quarantine, the charities went all the way down. And look at Kol Yisrael. Kol Yisrael was able to drum up $15 million in one day for Hakaras HaToiv. Everyone makes a big thing about the heroes. Thank the heroes. I mean, the biggest heroes, the Mezakis Harabim, the Mezakis Harabim is time Ruch Nisai Begashmi. The Mezakis Harabim that Hatzalah does is unbelievable. The Mezakis Harabim, how many lives and families are saved through them. As Ein Chet B'Aliyah, anyone who is in Hatzalah is Schus Rabim Tolaboy. But the Schus of the giving tzedakah, they say in the fund for the quarantine fund raised $7 million in a few weeks. I mean, the tzedakah, and that's what we have to do now. The schus of giving tzedakah, and Baruch Hashem, the Rebbeinu Shem made that we should have all these schusim of giving tzedakah. And kolam zochem zakas rabim, the one who schus rabim tolaboy in our generation, in America, was one Shagar Feivel Mendelovich, Zechron Levracha. All the yeshivas and everything came through him. The Mezakis Rabbin that Shagar Feivel had was unbelievable. Any yeshiva came, Chassidish, Litvish, when it came, he sent Bachram away, he sent his own Bachram away, and he sent his Bachram to go to Detroit. We were in Detroit as Talmidim. One of the Talmidim in Detroit that I knew personally was one of Mamish, a genius, a big Nachman Khan Zechron Levracha. He was one of its medium. I was executive director at the time of Beis Yehuda. And there's a Murdiga story that happened with him. It's unbelievable. And he wasn't, if you know Nachman Khan, he was one of these people. He didn't play around with saying things, and he didn't believe in all these things. 12 years before he was nifter, he had a heart attack, and he came to the hospital, and his heart stopped. It stopped. The heart stopped, and they went and worked on him to revive him. And he came back. The first thing he said, I mean, they thought for sure. The doctors told the whole family to come. It's already the end. His heart stopped already, and they just made it go. And when he opened his eyes, he took a pencil and wrote, "Someone should go to Shagar Feivel's caver, because I had a dream that he said to me, I owe you this. And if they'll go to my caver, you'll live for sure." And someone ran to the caver in New York, and he lived 12 more years after that. What was the story? I owe you this. A Murdiga story. This is the story of Shagar Feivel. And Nachman Khan said the story, and he's the person who didn't believe in all these things that aren't really accurate. He said when he was in Cheder, in Tervadas, Shagar Feivel used to go and heard the children. When he heard the children, every time someone answered, he would take a candy out of his pocket, and he said, and pick him candy. When he came to Nachman Khan, he answered, he put his hand in his pocket, and he didn't have any candies anymore. He says, "Nachman, I owe you this." He says, 50 years later, Nachman Khan, he paid me back what he owed me. He remembered that he owed me. He paid him back, and he lived 12 more years because of that. But this is Zochem Zakas Arabim, someone like Rav Shaga Feivel was Zoche, and what in Detroit, what his Talmidim did in Detroit, Shalom Goldstein, Rabbi Friedman, he sent these Talmidim there, and this Zakas Arabim all over with everything. But Banshab sent him. He sent to Nachum Khan also there, and later, years later, he was Zoche. I owe you one. And he didn't want to stay. He didn't realize that it wasn't a dream, because he didn't realize he left this world. His heart stopped, and he came to him and he told him, "Let someone go, and I owe you this." But you never, when you do something for somebody, and you mzakas rabbim, this, nowadays over here, what we should do is try to be mzakas people, help people, and Baruch Hashem, we have all these people who are helping and doing everything for each other. And we have to thank the ABC and all the Zoom and all the things, the conferences and everything that's being done all over, all the Rebbeim and all the teachers and everyone who's working, and all the parents who are, have children the whole day. And I saw one parent wrote, "The whole day I'm so busy. First I make breakfast, I clean up from breakfast. Then I make snack, and I clean up from snack. Then I make lunch, I clean up for lunch. I make another snack, and I clean up from snack. I make supper, I have to clean up again. There's no time to do anything. There's no." And parents now, and Baruch Hashem, but the love that the parents give to the children, and the love the children and what they learn is Baruch Hashem, the beautiful thing. And when it's mitzvah today, the first man to light candles is 7:04. You can't light before 7:04. But after 7:04, if a person davens mincha before 7:04, you can light any time between 7:04 and 8:18. The only thing is, like I mentioned last week, that the husband and wife both have to coordinate to light the same time. That when the husband says, you could say l'chadoidi and everything before 7:04, and whenever you say it, and when you say Mizmah Shir Yom Shabbos, that's when Shabbos starts with the husband, and then the whole family has to go according to that. So the wife has to light candles the same time when Mizmah Shir is said. But you could do it any time between 7:04 and 8:18. The main thing is only if you don't daven mincha before 7:04. That means you're davening mincha after Plag Mincha, so then you can't light candles and can't daven. Since you're showing that Plag Mincha is not night, so you can't do it till later. But you can do the second Plag, which is 8:01. So if you daven mincha before 8:01, then you could light candles at 8:01 and daven, and same as Meshuli Yom Shabbos. The Baomer should help that this Shabbos, when we're saying Chazak, when it's Chazak, everyone, when you at home, when you're davening, everyone should say, Yom HaBesedra, and say Chazak, Chazak, and remember Moshe, Chazak is Gematria Moshe. Moshe was Zocha v'Zikas Rabbim. The biggest thing we could do is be Mezakas Rabbim. And Zikas Rabbim also could be something else, with health, to make sure nobody gets sick because of us. Zikas Rabbim, just as Zikas Rabbim is in Torah, Zikas Rabbim is in Tzedakah, and Zikas Rabbim is in Gashmi, and the biggest Zikas Rabbim is to make sure younger people, even though now they found young people also get sick, but chas v'sholom, if we don't eradicate the virus, means we don't make sure that no one else, you don't catch the virus. So all the people, those who are very vulnerable, so that's a zikas harabim. Anyone, all these people who are mezakas harabim, should help them. They should all be zoicha, chazak, chazak, and together with us, we should be zoicha to mikdash to the emes beis mikdash. Should be nivne b'meir b'yameinu. Have a good Shabbos, all.
Amen. Good Shabbos.
At the Agudah Broadcasting Company at ABC, Akiva is a multi-talented person, and the Bolters are a multi-talented family. Broadcasting and coordinating broadcasting and producing is not the only talent that they have. And we're going to now introduce them as Bnei Levi. They're going to sing beautiful shiras and zemiros for us, because ABC doesn't really stand for the Agudah Broadcasting Company. ABC stands for out of the box thinking about promoting Ahavas Yisrael. You see how it fits? Now, if you're going to start being makrid that it should fit with the A, with the B, with the C, that's not Ahavas Yisrael. Ahavas Yisrael, like the after episode we can have there, ABC could stand for thinking out of the box to make Ahavas Yisrael. And with that, I'd like to introduce the Bnei Levi band.
challenges that we've had with Zoom.
Akiva, you are unmuted.
No, he's muted. He's got.
Akiva, you are still muted. I'm trying to unmute you, but it's not allowing me to.
Yes, he has two phones there.
Oh, okay. So which one should be unmuted?
He has it labeled as one should not be muted. Do you see it?
Let me see what it says over here. Is it just a phone or is it a computer?
No, it says
a
that.
phone.
It says that.
So let me scroll down to the bottom to see if I can find it.
Oh.
Is it called, I don't know what it's called.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Done? I sure could.
One of the challenges that we've had with Zoom is being able for two people to sing in the same place. So ABC, which is out of the box thinking, another one of the Russia Tavis, is to figure out to bring different people to sing at the same time without the delays that are caused. This is our first attempt at it. My son is in Waterbury. He's joined us by phone. Avi, are you there?
I'm here.
Very good. And Shmuel Ezra is right here. Ephraim is isolated in this castle. I hope he's able to hear it and join where he is. We've given him an excuse off. So here we go. Now this song, Baruch Kel Elyon, we only sing on special occasions. You all heard the Alter Rebbe's niggin that's only sang in certain times. This Baruch Kel Elyon is a compilation that the Bnei Levi did. We felt that the nigunim that are there, based on what Abi wrote, Svashkenaz, that brought people together, this Baruch Kel Elyon represents various factions, Yeshivish, Balabatish, Hasidish, and you all know the tunes. We just merely put it together and make it fit, so I hope you enjoy it. Everybody ready? Yeah. Avi, you ready?
Ready.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Lo Kelyeron Mincha Da 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 da. Sayomim, Al Rosham Yamul, Oy Lord, Oy Lomim, Ilu Koyvom Nochom, Ashoy Meshavot, Ameinim Abbas, Lo Kelirot, Sukemincho Al Machabat, Zochor, Yoy Hashem, Karno Ikigolom, Neger Arushom, Vayalei Gitei, Odom Lenashoy, Oine Vegan Simcho, and the Malachom, Ashoymer, Ashoymer, Ashoymer Shabbos, Ashoymer Shabbos, Amen, Mabah, Lo Kelgerotsu, Kimifo Amabat, Oy Koile Silo, and Samba Sambal, Bechol Moisei, Moisasu Melach, Moisasu Melach, Noi B'Nav Aleichem, U'Noi Aleichem, Hevel V'Gam Shivcho, Hashoy Meshavot, Avedim Abad, Lo Kayerot, Kemicho, Al-Machya. Sabi, take it away.
Lo Kayerotze, Lo Kayerotze, Kemincho, Al-Machya.
Akiva.
Beautiful. Akiva Walter Choir.
Yeah.
Okay, Baruch Hashem.
So now
Okay,
we're ready
if
for
Yankel is on the line, I think it's time for him to start Shir Malis. Otherwise, I'm going to ask Ach Samech to sing the Yankel Shir Malis. Yankel, are you online?
Yankel Shir Malis.
He was on originally.
Is Yankel not here? Ruby Friedberg, while we're waiting for Yankelev to get ready, I want to wish you a hearty Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov, Avremel, Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov, Avremi, Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov.
I think Yankelev.
Your house, Shaya.
I'm sorry?
Shaya, Akiva showed your home on Eastern Parkway.
I have to see it again. Okay.
Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov.
The Rav. Thank you very much.
Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov. Yes.
Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov.
This is Yankelev. Is Yankelev available? I have Yankelev highlighted.
He's muted.
Yeah.
You have to get to the Rob's house in Crown Heights also.
I did. You missed it. That was the first week by the Ofruf. You think I'd go to your house before I'd go to the Rob's house?
Okay. No, you're in Eastern. I was Eastern Parkway, so you were closer. Okay.
No. I know where to find it.
He was last week in Montgomery.
What about Crown Street?
Oh, okay.
Soon enough. Okay, if Yankel's not back.
So should the boy start singing?
Ach Samech can do it?
Okay, Ach Samech is ready.
Okay.
What's Yankel's phone number?
We're going to get it.
Akiva, you want us to go to another room?
No. You know what, Peter? Pay a little patience, and we're almost done, and enjoy it.
Just ask you a question.
Calling Jacob left. Work.
I think the room is calling the left.
Not. Thank you. Thank you, Yossi. Thank you, Ari Horowitz, Mayor Tenenbaum.
Sing it now.
We'll save him for next week. It's 5 o'clock. I'm sorry. Good Shabbos. Thank you very much. Thank you. I think this is the first time Baruch Hillelian has been sung in Crown Heights. Could be in 35 or 40 years. I'm happy to oblige.
You're blazing new frontiers. You're blazing new frontiers.
What did the Rav say? What did the Rav say?
I said we used to live there. We always sang Baruch Hillelian.
Right, but it's 35, 40 years ago. Since then, I know Avram Fried's father he was above a chassid. He used to sing Baruch Hillelian. It's okay. I don't mind bringing it back.
Akiva, you're a non-practicing Lubavitcher.
Thank you very much. Have a good Shabbos, everybody.
First Shabbos with the frock. Good luck with the frock.
Carried both films with him. He had the big, oversized film. We only wore one pair. So
I'm starting 5 o'clock. Thank you.
Shabbos, everyone.
Shabbos. Thank you.
Shabbos.
Shabbos.